Good morning, traders all around the world. Welcome to the one, the only live trading with Benzinga. No DG today. He's out doing his own thing. You guys can go to his service if you guys want to hang out with DG. But today we got, of course, the one, the only Zunaid. I'm gonna start calling you YOLO Zunaid if you got a problem with that. I don't think you will have a problem with that. And then, of course, I got my man, the Pro King, Ryan. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Happy Monday, boys.
Hey, ready for another trading day, ready to get this party started. Going to be looking at a couple of sectors today. We'll see if energy continues to make moves. Basic materials bounce on Friday. Financial services look like they had a strong day. But, of course, technology really pushing on up. We'll see if those tech names keep pushing. I know Zunaid will be looking at some of those tech names. Yep. If you guys are excited to trade, give me a thumbs up and smash that like. Hit the share button for me. You guys tell everyone about this show. This is really how you guys help us. If you guys hit the share button with this link and tag it, I'm going to go ahead and look at everything that was tagged to Benzinga, and I'm going to be giving out some free swag. I'm going to do this on a daily with this show. So all you got to do is hit that share button, and you just might get that free swag. All right, let's go ahead and get live trading with Benzinga started.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
All right, welcome traders. Welcome back as we go ahead and get into the market. Looks like we're a little bit running late here. Spencer still hasn't swung us over. So if you're just joining in, welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and first go into first word. What do you guys got out there? What are you guys looking at? Who wants to step up first?
Well, I'm going to say from a bigger picture, I want to see if we break, I want to see if the IWM breaks out of the sideways trading range that it's in. One of the things that I really want to see going into the fall is some outperformance in small caps. Small caps have been really rough recently, so I want to see if we can break out of this channel that I've gone ahead and highlighted here on my screen. We're a ways away. We're about 7 points away from the top of this channel, but really, if we break out of this formation, next leg up in small caps, that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking at. I'm also going to watch SPRT, support.com today. If you remember from Friday, this thing has just been an absolute monster. I want to see where this actually goes today. I called last week. I don't know if you guys recall. I said I believe this thing closes sub 30. That's exactly what happened. But here we are gapping up again. BBIG, another huge runner from last week. Let's see where this ends up going. I think that we end up closing lower than 9 right here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I like it. For me, it's just going to be Microsoft. Hoping to get in around that $300 area. And I'm also looking at BTBT, Bit Digital. Possibly an entry if it gets some volume around this $12 area. I will be out if it breaks.
Here we go, guys.
So let's see what happens with that one.
Sorry I'm late, boys.
It's all good,
Welcome,
brother.
Spencer. Happy Monday.
Did you bring the audience?
I don't know. We'll see if I'm the Pied Piper or not. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to interrupt here like a hurricane. But how many of us have orders out right now to buy BBIG and support.com?
Not I.
None of us?
Nope.
None.
The runs were the buys were Friday. Why would I buy them now?
I was just asking. Jeez.
And I'm just
you came in here letting us know what's the trade plan.
I thought we were all buying BBIG and support.com. I thought that was the play.
But no.
All right.
Why would no?
That's too hype for us, I guess.
Now I will say this:
All
if
right,
it goes ahead
hype,
and
bro.
drops at 8, yes. You know, matter of fact, let me just set an alert out. Hang on. All right.
Jeez.
All right, guys, in the chat, you guys smash that thumbs up. Let's get it started. You guys
are
can't
so
win them
cute.
all. Can't win them all. Definitely. Hurry up, Spencer. The market's about to open. You see, Jude was letting you know, bro. You sleeping.
I'm sorry. I said.
Looks like a firm being talked in the chat, PLTR. I would go through these, but the market's already open here. So let's take a look. If you guys see a stock that's moving, let us know in the chat and we'll take a look here. All right. Just from the open already, I can tell you energy leading, technology right behind it, and then basic materials. The three literally sectors we gave right before the open to keep an eye out for. Let's keep a watch for these. Energy is the first one. Let's take a look at Gush, see how we're moving right out the gates. Looks like we pulled back here. Not a bad pullback. You can look at an hourly support if you want to try to attack that. But I'm looking for oil to either make a big push up or big pull down. So right now, I'm just waiting.
So BBIG, we just talked about that. BBIG big after that first pull made a big run towards 10. Now we're going through the second pull here. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to avoid this, because we just saw nearly $1 swing in a matter of seconds. This is very, very difficult to trade, even for experienced traders here. So kind of waiting it out on BBIG. SPRT, I saw it, Mitch. I saw you charting up SPRT there just a second ago. SPRT looks like this is actually trying to break out too. We're pulling a little bit after that initial run. Let's see where it stops here. Another big push on BBIG towards 10 here. Yep. So watch this 10 level if this gets taken out. Remember, we've had two big pulls in BBIG, so just be careful. This moves fast.
There's a yank.
Ooh.
There's a what?
A yank.
I don't know what that is.
Like, just a yank.
Oh, yeah, a yank. A yank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Sorry.
What do you think? I said a dank?
I don't know what you're saying.
No, it's a yank. So here it is, right? It's testing close to low of day, which is about 869. You can see that long wick, so the buyers did come in. Now let's see if they can keep it up there. I'm going to grab no, I'm not.
D-nut, guys. D-nut ripping, guys.
How many you stop talking about?
Duncan?
Yeah.
The
Krispy
Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Jeez,
man, I've been calling this since the 15.
I'm not squeezing here. Let's take a look at
I've
D-nut.
been talking about D-nut since the 15s. It looks great. I think this one could be the next meme stock. Keep it on watch, guys. It's looking strong today.
I feel like Mitch brings up Krispy Kreme just to say the ticker.
It's just I always look at ticker names, and it's important, No,
I agree. We all do, but that one's just funny.
Yeah, D-nut is funny.
I've been waiting for it to get a nice rip. That's really what I've been looking at. And that 15 hold at the bottom, when we got that big push up, bullish engulfing candle, since that look, we are trending on upwards.
And we got ATVI here pretty much falling out of bed right off the open here. This is great to see. Remember, I'm short this via the October 75 puts. I'm looking to test this 75 area, 76 area. We kind of bounced last week. We had a real strong day on Friday, but we're giving all those gains back here. Really would like to see a break of, what is this, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday's lows, and then kind of test the low down here at about 78-ish. So ATVI working nicely to the short side out of the open here.
It's not just ATVI. It's the whole sector. Take two, EA. This is moving off of the China news. This is an out of favor sector to begin with. It's gotten just destroyed this year. Like Take Two was at almost 215 back in February. It's $150 right now, right? EA has held up relatively well, but ATVI has gotten destroyed this year as well. So out of favor sector, negative news out of China. The whole space is down today.
Yeah, I mean, ATVI, in addition to the negative news, they've got a pending, sexual harassment lawsuit going on over there that's going to affect them longer term. So that's the impetus between the short here down to 75. I guess the news out of China helps accelerate that plan. Really good point though. Take Two really been beaten down. EA has held up better than Take Two, but this also looks like this is pounding lows. We're down here towards the 500-day moving average too. So, it looked like Apple tried to test 150 here pretty quick, got up to about 149.40. We'll see if that's in play later on today. Square really strong out of the gate as well.
I wanted to mention in any get the chance to on pre-market prep, the satellite plays today. There was a few stocks moving in the pre-market. They're still moving now once we've opened. But a couple ASTR was your leader on the downside this morning. They had a launch on Saturday that did not go well. It was an unsuccessful launch. It was actually their first launch since they went public. And the launch did not go well. So ASTR traded down on that news, and it brought down OSAT with it. And so that was on the downside. But at the same time, you have another satellite company, GSAT, trading higher today because an analyst speculated that Apple was going to use Global Star satellites in the next iPhone. So that's why. So you have divergence in the satellite industry today.
Wasn't that Apple phones were going to use satellites in order to communicate with one another? So I think that speculating that they're going to use GSAT satellites,
right.
So this now GSAT, this was another stock that has been kind of like a low cap day trader that's made some of these big spikes before and bled it back. So just know what you're trading if you're going to trade that. Trading around those headlines is really appetizing. I'm just not sure anything here is confirmed as of right now. Saw a question in the chat here from Bullish. Does anyone care about BBIG? It's the movie pass guy. So I'm really glad that you brought that up, Bullish. This is actually one of the reasons I didn't trade this on Friday, and I was kicking myself afterwards because it was the movie pass guy. I did that whole thing. I didn't like that. I don't know how I feel about this. I still think that this is kind of an overreaction here. So I tend to stay on the sidelines. But to answer your question, does anyone care about this? Yes, tons of people. This is the Friday. This is one of the biggest traders, and it looks like it's going to be that again today. We've had multiple big moves in both directions.
And I will add, his name is Ted Farnsworth. I interviewed him on the 20th. And I will put the link to that interview in the chat. And I felt like I was pretty fair, because yes, he is the movie pass guy. For whatever reason, this stock has a cultish following. I don't really know why. I never know why a stock has a cult following. But the fact that this is the guy behind movie pass is definitely a major red flag. I asked him about it. I'm going to link to that interview. I'm going to put it in the chat right now.
Yeah, and props to that. I remember I reached out to you and said, congratulations for asking him that question, because if I were doing that, I would have asked him the same thing. So hats off to you for doing some real journalism there.
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
All right,
Apple 149.60 here. So Apple looks like this might be trying to push that 150 level. We've talked about that ad nauseum.
All right. Link is in chat right now. There it is.
All right, guys. Trying to call out solar here, guys. The whole industry is starting to move on up. It's the leader in tech. I'm definitely keep watching this industry. I've been talking about it countless. This is the next industry that I'm calling out to make a big move. Maxen, I swung trade into the close on Friday. I'm already up a significant amount. Looking for this to continue through 1750s today. If it does pull back to 17, I might add to it, but I'm looking for it to go ahead and just start ripping on up. This is Maxen, and I love the daily look. Multiple highs that we went through on 17. Now it just needs to hold 17 on pullbacks.
You've got
is swung trade the past tense of swing trade? I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
swing traded. I don't know.
Swing traded.
I don't know.
I think swung trade sounds better.
Just keep an eye on AFRM. You had some buys coming into the September 17th $100 calls.
All right, let's take a look here at tech.
What's up, pal?
Didn't they have?
That's the Amazon one.
Yeah, they had a deal with Amazon, right? Yeah.
So
Good
I
day
like
so
it.
far for Marvel.
I like it.
MRVL. Big push up in tech.
Whoa, what's going on with the SDC here today? Smile Direct Club is my top gainer. There's a report that Medicare, this is from the New York Times, Medicare might cover dental care going forward.
Watch short squeeze potential there for sure.
Yes, definitely a short squeeze potential here.
That stock is shorted big time.
Apple knocking on the door 150 here.
150 by Apple.
Now, the last time, if you remember, the last time we broke 150, they slammed it 3 points. So I'm not sure I'm going to be rushing in to buy this break here. I actually want to see it hold. I do think we go higher here.
Multiple tries to get through that level. Let's go ahead and see if we get through that level.
Exactly. Yeah, you got them circled there, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that's the two things that I'm watching right now are an Apple break through 150 here, ATVI breakdown through 80 to the downside. So I'm watching two things in two different directions here, and I still want to keep an eye on those small caps.
All right, 149.60s is important for me now on Apple. If it holds 149.60s or 149.50s, we're going to be looking good for that 150 run.
I'm going to bring out my scanner tool. I haven't brought that up yet today. Here we go. Watching what's up, what's down from the open, and what's moving the most in the last 5 minutes there on the top right. So we can see here BBIG up. I mean, craziness. What else jumps out to me? Root has been a big mover today. ROOT. This is a viral stock that has made crazy moves in the past. It was at $29 last year. So for whatever reason, we're up 20% today in Root. This is a squeeze. That's all this is.
Some of these energy plays like Plug Power, FSIL, getting just straight drilled. Pola getting straight drilled on the downside.
Yep.
Wow, there were. Is it me or are there more high flyers than usual today? Like ATER, right, up 30%, and now down 6% in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, these are those tricks on Monday morning where you see a stock up 30, 40%.
Yeah.
And you're like,
You've got,
for
you've
sure.
got BBIG.
yeah, I got this.
For
You've
sure.
got BBIG that smacked 10 again.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on that
BBIG
one.
here. Bullish was saying BBIG holding $9 in the 5 minute. Agreed. Really held 9 nicely. It's made 2 runs at 10 here. So let's see if we can get over that. There are a lot of Twitter traders in on this as well that I saw from last week. So just keep that in mind.
Ooh, look at Hood. Someone pull up Hood. I did warn about this. I'm pretty much going to put out this morning. The lockup expiration is today. Whoever didn't want to get penalized by Robinhood for flipping their IPO shares is allowed to sell today. And Hood taking a bit of a dump here at the open, down 4%.
Nice push there in AMC. Let's see it hold 42 now for the rest of the day if you want to get it on that bullish side.
BBIG breaking down from that 10. Apple over 150, but only by 4 or 5 pennies. Let's see if it can take off here.
Yeah, BBIG's testing that VWAP right now.
Yep.
Test it. Test that view up.
All right, let's see what we got.
Now, Smile Direct is into the gap here, guys. Bottom of that gap, 655.
Still going? Are we still going? We're still going. Hey now, SDC. Do we see 6?
653, excuse me. 653 is the closure of that gap. I wonder if we try to push that here.
Well, let's
This is not settling down. Volume is still high too.
Let's get to 6
I'm a
first.
little annoyed here. Didn't get a fill
You and me
in
both,
one of my
Mitch.
stocks. No, I mean I put a stop with a stop limit in, and it blew past the limit. So that just shows you illiquidity. Definitely not something I wanted to see. I wanted to take out a third of my Genie position, up more than 20% from my swing trade, but wasn't able to get out at 20. Now I needed to let it pop back up above 20 for me to get out. I'm not going to take 1950s for no reason here.
Yeah.
It's still on an uptrend in the long term, but I just want to hold it for right now because it does have ESPN potential news catalysts that could really bring it back above 21. But I'm trying to get out a third of the position because that was what the trade idea was in the first place. Take 20%, take some off, and then let the rest of it work.
What's the float on BBIG? Let me check.
I'm here already. I'll tell you.
60 million.
Yeah,
Oh,
you beat me to it.
Compared to SPRT, which was,
What?
let's see. Yeah, so SPRT has
All
much less.
We had an exclusive this morning on ticker XXII. This is a tobacco company. They're getting into the hops industry. The market does not like that news.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
Yeah, I don't think the two relate. That's another thing.
Yeah, a lot of times you see a company getting into a new line of business or whatever, and the market can either say, "Hey, that's a great fit," or "What are you guys doing? What?" And that seems to be the latter here this morning with XXII.
And then they get a PR that we are reevaluating the position.
You're right.
Apple trying for the second symmetrical triangle breakout is a question from Thad Trader. So your symmetrical triangle breakout. I can't quite pick that up here with me. I think that you're probably talking about that. We are trying to break out here. I mean, we need to hold above 150, but then we also need to take out 150, 164, which I believe is the high print from this day. 160, 168, excuse me. So we really need to take that off. AMC moving? We haven't checked in on AMC yet, have we?
We have not. I also want to mention before I forget that the CEO of XXII will be on Power Hour today at 12:30. So we'll learn more about that when
nice plug.
In about 3 hours. AMC quiet, up 3%.
Yeah, I talked about it. It just needs to hold. Let's see if it held it. 42 on any downside action. Looks good as long as it holds 42 now.
I don't have any trades, man. Microsoft was the main one I was looking at. Didn't get down at 300, so I didn't get in.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's just a bit of selling going on, right? So, I mean, I'm looking across the board here. Dow's down about 40 points. Everything looks like a little flattish. IWM's down again. So I mean, again, just kind of looking for relative strength at this point. Really, the thing
there goes
really
BBIG trying to test low of day.
BBIG slammed now 850 prints. I mean, wow. See, this is why. I mean, when you're watching it go up, it's easy to kick yourself, being like, "Damn, I should have bought it." But this action this morning, I mean, you really, really had to be nimble. This is a little too quick for my blood. This is where I often end up getting chopped up and giving a lot of my money back. Now, I've got a 500 moving average on here that it looks to be holding pretty well, but this could break down at any point. So 10 definitely the high line in the sand. Really, if we break down anywhere past 840 here, I think we're in trouble.
So now it's in that range, right? It's in the range of 850 and $10. If you're short, you want to see the break of 850. If you want to go long, you want to see the break of 10. If it breaks 10, you can grab a few and then grab some more on the retest of 10 and then get out below 10. By the way, if anyone wants to get into Apple, it's at 150.27. Your stop loss can be below 150. If you want to risk a little more, you can go ahead and wait till the VWAP, which is 149.75 on the 1 minute.
Bitcoin stocks are crushed. I mean, Bitcoin obviously down a couple of percent here. Really weak. Annie, Sphere 3D running pretty hard here. Nice volume too.
Affirm is slowly leaking.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
That's AFRM, right?
Yes,
AFRM. Was it rumors that we had a few days or a week or two ago?
No.
Or was that with Apple
in
Canada or some shit?
You're talking about Affirm?
Yeah.
No, that was Square buying Afterpay. Was it Square?
And then
No, it was
therefore,
PaySafe, I thought.
Oh wait, who bought Afterpay? Was it Square, guys? I'm blanking. Somebody bought Afterpay. I'm pretty sure it was Square, but I'm blanking. Regardless, Afterpay got a huge premium. It was Square. Okay, I don't know why I forgot that. And the thinking was, oh well, if Afterpay is the same thing as Affirm, but in Australia. So the thinking was, oh, if Afterpay can fetch a huge premium, why shouldn't Affirm fetch that huge premium? And that was 3 weeks ago.
and sure enough, they did.
Yeah, well, but this isn't a takeover. This is just this is just anytime you are on Amazon at checkout, you'll be able to use Affirm, which I've never used.
I've never used it.
And I was asking this morning in pre-market prep how Affirm makes money, because their whole thing is no hidden fees upfront about the interest rate and all above board and all that stuff. And I would have assumed that would make people more likely to pay on time. But I guess people don't pay. Same thing with credit cards. I guess is the poor subsidize everybody else. The people not paying subsidize everybody else.
All right, guys, looking at Etsy not looking too bad. This was one that I called out Friday, had a positive Friday. We'll look for it to continue. Just hanging out at VWAP right now. Looking interesting there. just got VWAP right above it. We'll see if it holds at 212.
Bank's getting crushed too. Goldman just really kind of selling off right out of the open here.
Yeah, it's looking like a down day right now. Healthcare and consumer defensives now leading us when technology started. It's almost in the red now from the open.
And he keeps pushing here. 640 high print, high a day. See if it gets any momentum, if it continues to build above that.
Come on. Come on, come on. The only thing I'm in is that Apple, but everything else is just
My water play moving, man. PCYO. I called this one on Friday. I didn't even watch it. I didn't even notice it made that move.
You know, one of the things
Put this one on my podcast.
It's kind of this light down day. I mean, you could if we hold in, we could bounce, right? The afternoon, the lunch hour could pick up. But no reason to rush it, right? No reason to rush it.
It's all about the water play right now, man.
Hey, you know what? Let's take a quick look at what's going on in like Home Depot and Lowe's. Yeah,
good idea.
Wow. So I'm surprised because we saw the same thing happen on Friday ahead of the storm to some extent, and then Generac as well, GNRC.
Yeah, we talked about GNRC on Friday. That was an easy hurricane play.
Yeah. It's so obvious. You think there's no way. There's no, and it works every single time.
Yeah, I started taking a look at some of those trades like that. Those are the trades that you just got to try to stick to just a daily low. Just be like, what was the prior day daily low? Set the risk there. Let it go. See what happens.
And I saw the thinker here in chat saying Moderna bouncing. Indeed, Moderna is bouncing. So remember, this is selling off because of the contaminated doses. Looks like we bounced from 366, really kind of spiked up to 374. So we're trying to hold this here. We'll see if this bounce continues. But that's
take this for what you will. You had $100,000 come into BBIG, $11 calls that expire on the 17th of September. Again, hella risky, obviously.
Almost wondering if they're selling those calls.
It's on the ask side, but let's see.
Someone just said, someone said Myrna. No, it said Dina. Matt Miller said Dina. It's killing him. How can't be killing you that bad, Matt? Unless you bought it at the high of the day, which was 40 cents ago.
Yeah, if you're feeling like that, you might just have way too big share size. So that's what I would definitely tell you is that look for the share size that you're taking. If you're feeling the trade way too much, you just might be taking way too much risk. Yeah. And what you don't understand is that pressure that you're feeling means not necessarily that it's only just too much risk, is that you're not really willing to risk that amount. And that's what you need to ask yourself. Are you willing to risk that amount? If it goes to the downside, because if you ask yourself that question and the true answer is no, I'm not willing to lose that much, then you got to start bringing that share size down to control the risk.
Okay,
Mitch just said you're not built for it.
Not
pretty
quite.
much. I mean, some of us aren't. I can tell you right now, there's not many people that can take day trades and swing thousands of shares. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, if you're sweating, too hard over position.
If you look at your armpits right now and you see stains,
your size is too big. Your size is too big, and that's fine. So just to zoom out for a second here, it is a tech day. Big tech is leading us. NASDAQ is already up 0.5%, more than that actually today. We talked about Apple, but it's really not just Apple. It's Amazon. It's Facebook. Actually, no, it's not Facebook. It's Tesla. It's Google. It's Microsoft. Microsoft is up over 1% today already. It's just one of those. It's going to be one of those days, everyone, where the majority of stocks could be down. They're not, but they could be, and the market will still be higher because every major tech stock is trading higher. So, this is going to be a day. The S&P is going to. If this keeps up, we will reach a new all-time closing high today. in the S&P, and that will set a record for most number of new all-time highs in a year before the end of August.
If you got into the Apple play, I went ahead and exited 3/4 just here. So again, we got in around 150.27 ish. The stop loss was below 150. Now we're out 150.75.
By the way, shout out to everyone who is attending or has kids attending first day of school today. I think I've seen a lot of celebrations on Twitter about the first day of school. A lot of parents happy.
I would not have been aware of that.
A lot of happy parents today.
I don't blame them.
So if you're a happy parent sending your kid to school, smash the thumbs up button.
Smash it.
Smash it. I don't know.
You got kids, Spence?
Do I have kids? No. No. Just I guess I could. I'm not too young. I could, in theory. No.
But not in practice.
Not in practice.
Not in practice.
I'm used to saying like I'm too young, but I'm really not too young. I mean, I'm 30. I'm not too young for kids.
Right. I feel you, Spencer. Don't worry.
So
Maybe
it looks
someday
like
down the line.
looks like the market trying to grab a hold here, right? It looks like we're trying to push out of that. Nasdaq's really kind of pushing. S&P, Dow, or S&P looks like it's pushing. Dow's a little bit of a laggard here, but we're trying to take hold here.
I had a feeling this was going to happen in GAMB GAMB. This thing was actually one of your biggest losers in the pre-market session here, gambling.com. There was a headline on Friday. Well, Friday was Arizona, right? They got a supplier license for the Arizona Department of Gaming, and it got to 15.22 Friday night. Sold off pretty much the entirety of this morning, but I had a feeling this is just classic second day run up. So we are trading higher from the open today by up 8%. No, up what is the percent change from the open? I don't know. Regardless, up $1.50.
All right, guys. I'm looking at SDC. There was 14,000 on the level 2 at 554. It just got smacked filled there. I'm trying to see if it's going to hold 550s and then just come right back up through VWAP. So SDC with that good news out. Let's see what happens here. There was a big buyer or order that went through here at 951. I'm not sure this was an off print, but it definitely had a big amount of volume, 660,000 shares.
AMC hitting highs here, $43. Pounding highs. Decent volume too today.
Yeah, did it hold that 42?
Yeah, it did.
There you go.
Yeah, it did. And on the second push held 42.50.
3 tries to break down on the 1 minute, get back above VWAP, and then hold VWAP. It's a clean chart.
Should we YOLO? Should we not? God damn it.
I'm looking at SDC right now. There's another bidder. The same one, I think, is at 545 now sitting.
Holy cow. Wow. All right. Let's do our first crypto update of the day because I got
crypto update.
Someone just dropped a ticker in the chat and it made me look at it, but oh my goodness. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so mostly red, as you can see, right? We've talked about that several times today already. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, they're all down, right? There's your heat map. Bitcoin, you can see we're Bitcoin and Ethereum still stuck in this range. We've been in this range. We are now coming to the low end of the range. You might call that support. We are on our way to support now in Bitcoin. You've got this double bottom at like 46.2, 46.3. We're a bit of a ways off from, but we are certainly closer to the bottom of the range than we are to the top of the range here today. In Bitcoin, sold off overnight there. Ethereum, kind of the exact same story. But look. Is it Celo? Pretty sure it's Celo, right? That's how it's pronounced. CELO. Look at this, guys. Up 128% today. What is going on? Look at this move. Someone who's smarter than me, tell me more about this and why I shouldn't buy it right now. I know I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm only kidding. But seriously, this is your top gainer of the day by a mile in crypto land. There must have been something overnight. Maybe Catherine Ross knows. But wow. CELO, your top gainer in crypto land by a country mile today. Actually, by a factor of 2 to 1.
Sorry to interrupt, but BBIG downside halt on a big dump. Keep
Surprise
going.
launch on Coinbase? Well, that'll do it. That'll do it. Oh, man.
That will.
Props to everyone who owned this crypto, making some money today in crypto land. Speaking of owning crypto, you can own $50 in free Bitcoin. Here's how you do it. Step 1, you download the Voyager app. Step 2, deposit at least $100. Step 3, use the code ZING. And then when you make your first trade, you will get $50 in free Bitcoin. Check it out. Link is in description. Check it out. All right, back to the stocks we go.
All right, so let's see what happens here. It's overall market. Let's take a look here. 5-minute chart. We did get a sideways action right until about 9:50, then started pushing on up through the VWAP. Now we want to see the VWAP hold for any pullbacks, and we can see the SPY on an upward trend. Let's take a look at the Qs, see what we're seeing. Straight upward move. I like this look right now. We're looking like we want to get through 379, maybe get up there to 380s today. And I'm going to take a look here at some big movers from the Qs. You can look at IDXX, not looking too bad. That's a high price name. AVGO, not looking too bad. QCOM with a nice opening 5-minute candle that was pretty big, holding the pullbacks right now. Apple just broke through that 50s and now hasn't looked back. We talked about how 149.64 was very important. It didn't even pull back from that level. It just pushed through 150, now holding. That's the level I'm looking for any pullbacks to hold, is that 149.68, looking strong. Lulu pushing up. Team, Dollar Tree, not a bad day there. PayPal moving on up also. I know that you talked about that one, Spencer, in the pre-market prep show.
Yeah.
What was going on with PayPal today?
It was just the whole fintech space is sort of moving on that Affirm news.
Okay.
The Square was moving higher. PayPal was moving higher.
MasterCard.
Not really. Not the credit card providers really.
Okay.
Really just all the fintechy ones.
Yeah.
I do want to. Wait, no. I don't want to.
Affirm coming back now, guys. Yeah. I'd pay attention to this just because we did get that hourly pullback, right? Yeah. Right out the gates, right down to a low, now pulling right off of that level. We could start trending now. This is when I start paying attention to the hourly chart, because the 1 minute or even the 5 minute is going to fake you out. It's going to look really negative towards the open. But if you look back at the hourly, that doesn't look too bearish at all, right? And so this is why you got to use those multi-time frame charts to see if this chart is in a deeper pattern than a short-term pattern.
Yeah, and with Affirm there, let me go back to that. Sorry, I just took it off my screen. With Affirm there, 103 seems to be the spot to the upside here, right? So this is good. This was going to be your spot from Friday, your after hours high. It was also the pre-market high today. So on this curl, if you get a curl and we end up pushing through 103s, you could see some fireworks.
Trying to pay attention to SDC to see what we're going to get here. It's just hanging out at VWAP there. 5 minute looks good.
Checking in on some of the small caps that I really like. Things seem to be kind of holding in today.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a second here. This is very, very important, guys. If you guys are watching us right now, we only got 92 likes right now. We need to get at least 250 likes on the day. If not, then, hey, we're not doing our job. So you guys help us out. We do this absolutely for free. There's not many other live trading streams 100% for free. Smash that thumbs up. Get it up there. Come on, we need to get up there towards 200. Now I see 130. If you guys are out there, do us the favor. Smash that thumbs up. Don't worry about the boss. Tell him to call me, email me, Mitch at Benzinga. I'll tell him to get on some stocks. I'll make him some money, and then we'll get going. There
I
you
went
go.
ahead and-
171. Getting on up there. That's how you do it, guys. This is what it's all about. Smash that thumbs.
If you guys are
The
looking
last-
for sorry, if you guys are looking for a scalp, ticker PIRS on 5, right? Okay, on 5. So there's a seller wall there at 5. If you snap this, you could get a scalp. Just be careful. This has been a trade from lower, 495 here. Was your first break. So there's a pretty decent bid there at 498. We're gonna wait for 5 to actually fall here. Potential trade up here. Don't know how much of a
All right, we just had BBIG come out of the halt,
What's
but
that?
BBIG,
Yeah.
it just came out of the halt 30 seconds ago. So just keep in mind it was halted for 5 minutes.
Okay, so it's bouncing a little bit.
Yeah,
That one, I went ahead and exited the 1/4 remaining position of Apple. So
nice, great trade, man.
Thank you. One only, but it worked out.
No ramen tonight for Zunaid.
No, not today.
And it's
Last week, oh boy, we were scraping.
And remember, with Apple here, we really, if we push above that 150, 160 area, you might get a pop there too. So there might still be some more in Apple if that can continue. Peers backing off that 5 level a little bit here.
You know which one? I think you guys have already mentioned it, but BGFV that we were looking on the daily. I had this one. I ended up selling it for a small profit. But
oh man, yeah,
man, look at that rip out today. Look at that daily chart. Look at that. This is when we traded it when it popped above. It did 2 days sideways, and look at that strength today.
Nice move off 20 there.
Look at that 1 minute chart, just having it just pushed about 8%. Maybe look for some sympathy in the industry. Maybe like UA, Nike, some sports. What's the other sports one? HIBB. That's the one we were keeping a close eye on. Let's see if this gets some strength today.
Wow, RNXT. What's going on there? This is going to halt. This is halted. Yep, halted.
XT.
Okay, halt.
Renovo RX.
FDA clearance for a catheter.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, not something I want, but
What is that?
This thing just went from 7 to 884 in a hurry.
SDC really held those 50s there. Now it's up there to 570s. I put out an order at 560s. Didn't get a fill.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and cancel that order, but I'll look for it to pull back. It does look like it could get some strength here. There's some volume going in there on the bid side. They keep putting out some big orders on the bid.
See, this is why it's so hard to beat the computers because, like, with that RNXT thing, I'll bring up the FDA website right there. You got computers scraping this page all the time, right? Just pinging for updates, and you get an update like this, and they can just go out and buy the stock in a split second, right?
So what are they scraping for? Like approved, like those type of
yeah,
keywords?
for notifications like this. This is a pre-market notification, right? This isn't even like this isn't a press release or anything. It's literally just a notification from the FDA. You get algo scraping this site all the time that can go out and buy it $1 ago, right? It's halted at 884 right now, or buy it $1.50 ago. I don't know what time this came out, but this is why it's just so hard.
Can you paste that link?
Yeah, sure.
It's like I'm going to program a scraper.
Oh
tonight.
no, I have no
YOLOs.
coding knowledge whatsoever. I'm just interested in what those things look like. I've never seen them.
Yes, there are limits to how many times you can ping a page, but my point still stands.
I wish I was a coder.
You can also use APIs.
So
learn to code.
Or find a coder.
Where that was getting you banned on Twitter? Are we past that now? Hopefully.
Are we what?
Are we past the point where telling people to learn to code on Twitter got you banned from the site? I think that we are.
I don't remember.
Here's at 5 here.
SDC continuing now.
They're taking 5 down. They're taking it down.
Down.
I see. That's the thing. I'm not. I don't. There seems like there's a refresh seller there, but if you clear that guy out, I feel like you're gonna pop. Decent volume here. They're taking it. Nope. See, just slammed though. They can't get over that. Wow, big pull up here. A 4-cent pull here. I still think this wants to go here. I really feel like it wants to go. No position, by the way. No position here in PIRS.
All right, might add to my swing trade max end.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
Anyone trade BTBT? Samsara is saying, I don't think we traded that today. BTBT has been a big trader for us in the past. Bitcoin kind of muted today. I'm not sure what this action is in BTBT. Definitely sold off out the open, trying to do, looks like we just made a red to green move here, actually.
Yeah, we gave the levels at the top of the show, saying how, break above 12, but it just wasn't clean for me, so I did not get in. Obviously, hindsight, I should have. But no, I did not get into that. That's one that
Trent is saying sometimes the best trade is no trade. Trent, that's exactly it. That's why I wasn't trading BBIG. And I mean, look, if I tried trading it today and I was not correct, I mean, you have a point full point slam here, BBIG. So you're right. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. If you don't have an edge, just pass.
Annie making a beautiful kind of VWAP test and then right back above there. You see this often right now.
640 your high there. I think it pops if we keep going over that, Mitch.
Yeah, Monday.com if you want a higher price stock hanging out at VWAP. Not a bad looking trade there. If it gets back above 390s, I think it could get through to 400 again.
Really good piece of feedback here, Spencer. I don't know if you can make this happen. Habtalem is asking, can you write the simple symbols on the screen?
Yeah, we can try. We're changing charts so quickly, but yes, we can.
Is there? Yeah, I mean, I'm almost wondering if there's any way we could just pop up tickers or something like that. If there's like a plugin or something that would make that easier.
Unfortunately,
back at 5 here, guys.
Unfortunately, Ryan, you need to learn how to code to do that one.
Oh, Mitch, that's Mitch bringing it back full circle. That's what he does.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Unfortunately.
Yes.
So if you're a coder out there, you know Python, holler at us.
You know what we can do? Everyone who's sharing charts, which is Ryan, myself, and Mitch, just try to make the watermark easier.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you know what?
I did that on Pro. I did a yellow one.
Great call.
So that's what helped on Spax Attack. I kind of changed it up, but let me do that for here.
There. All right. Well, this is a step in the right direction. Not great.
Hope that helps.
Yeah, it's not great with my blue. Let me see if my purple if it's a little bit easier. I think it should be. Yeah, it is a little bit easier to see with that purple. I'm going to leave that purple.
That's pretty easy to see. That's pretty easy.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I can see that.
That was a really good suggestion, though, Habtalam. Real good. We need to be better about that.
I fixed it up for you, at least on my charts there. Now you should definitely be able to read it. All right, guys, smash that thumbs up. We're getting towards that 10:13. You guys let us know if you made a great trade in the chat. We want to hear about it. If you didn't make a great trade, we also want to hear about it. It's always about the biggest winners and the biggest losers. Let's go ahead and let us know what happened out there. Maybe someone else can learn from your mistake or learn from that reward that you got today.
BTBT, it's at 1244. I'm going to go ahead and grab 1/4 of my normal size right here at 1245. Then I'm going to grab some more around VWAP, which is currently around the $12.10 area. My stop loss will be below $12. This is a day trade. Depending on what the price action is, we'll see. But stop loss will not be a swing trade. Stop loss will.
And this on what? Sorry?
BTBT,
okay.
Bit Digital. So I got 1/4 now, and the rest I will get around. Let me see exactly what VWAP is. I have an order out at 12.15 and also at 12.05. Stop loss will be below $12. So let's 11.90 will be the trigger.
I slept on that SDC, maybe because I'm just a bear in it, but great trade there, the guys. Look at that. Now looking to push through the highs. Back up
that
there.
590 is the spot here, Mitch. 590 is the spot. If we break that, the bottom of this gap is 636. Let me get it here.
So big buyers
653. 653. Excuse me.
Yeah, big buyers stepped up at 54s, stepped up at 60s, and then stepped up right back again at 64, pushing it out of this little spot right here. So that was where the buyers are. So if you put him on an average, so you're talking probably about 65, 54, 64. He's probably stuck somewhere right at 560s, if not 558. Now probably selling some into the resistance. Look for someone to step up here near 570s on the level 2. And then that can kind of show that the buyers are stepping back up in there.
Yeah, huge bidder 567 by the way on the level 2 for STC. 567 huge
You
bidder.
see what happens there? That's the same guy. That's the same guy. That's why I pay attention to the big boy traders versus the small ones.
Yeah,
you pay attention to the 100 shares right now. That's just going to trick you. You need to pay attention to where he is and showing up and giving his kind of his orders there. He's throwing them on the bid side. So he's not getting those instant fills on the ask. He's putting it slightly below, letting the price come back to him. You'll see it fill, and then it doesn't go like a cent or two below that. That gives you a good sign that was that buy order sitting on the bid.
Yeah, and see now I feel like they're pushing it back down towards that to refill it before they launch it. See, this is one of the things that you have to kind of pay attention to if you're going to day trade some of these names, because there's movement here that you can capture, and you wouldn't mess with any of this if you were swinging this. None of this is
kind
really
of show
important.
it right here. So on the screen, because we haven't been showing it here. So you see this 2563. You see how he's just hiding there, 1,400 shares. There was that same order that was put here at 54s. There was that same order put here at 65s. So that's kind of what you're looking for, and you want to continue seeing that. One of the things that I like to do also, and just to remind people, so just because you put an order out doesn't mean it's going to fill. A lot of times, sometimes they put this order out there trying to create that underneath supply to put pressure on the demand side and then push the stock back up. So one of the things that I do is if that price rolls through, what I like to pay attention to is, did it show up on the time in sales? Did you see that 10,000 order show up on the time in sales? So I'm going to show you guys it right now. So right there, that 19,000 shares at 2570, things like that is what you're looking to see, because that means it didn't just pull off the order. It actually got filled. This is important. They do this all the time. Traders will do this to you all the time. They'll just put a big size. You don't see him trying to get out now on the 2580? Look at this. He's trying to get out on the 2580s now. He's like, let it push up to 2580. I'll take some out.
Or she.
Or she. He or she.
Get
Trader.
him, Spencer. Get him, Spencer.
Trader.
Trader
Right.
X.
Trader X. There you go. Trader X. I did see some people talk about Tesla moving on up there today. Let's take a look at Tesla. I'm looking for a nice rip out on Tesla. I think this is going to hold 700 from here on out, and we're going to get through 750. I could see us getting up there towards 850. I put out 1,000 for the end of the year, so let's see if we get on up there. But I'm definitely interested in Tesla. I love that wick that we got here on the daily. Now, if we can get back above that wick, we're going to be looking really strong. 743 on the upside. Tesla looking strong, man.
Come on, BT. Let me get a good trade again before we hop off the show.
What time frame are you guys looking at? So what time frames do you guys use? And then I'll talk about
Great question.
I would say it depends what I'm doing. If I'm day trading, if I'm watching an opening print, if I'm watching a very specific fast moving example, I'm going to use a combination of the 1 minute and the 5 minute charts. If I'm going to do any type of looking to the left, I'll back out to the 15-minute, the hourly, and the daily most often. Shout out to a weekly chart in there if you're really trying to develop some long-term trends. So again, it's dependent upon what you're doing. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute, and daily and hourly are probably the 5 charts that I use the most.
All right, guys, just added on the MaxN trade. This was a swing from Friday that I put out. And it was funny, Spencer. Remember how we didn't have at the close? Yeah. Well, everybody that hung out, that's what I gave them. I told them, you know what? I'm going to take a trade in the chat. And I told them exactly. I took MaxN, told them the entry. 674 was the first entry. Now I just added to 696. That's my average now. So let's see if this holds 17. Remember I told you, as long as it holds 17 for me today, I'm in the green for it. So I like averaging up as long as it gets near that level, right? And so now I have my line in the sand. Under 17, I'm out of this trade. Holding 17, let the trend continue and make me some profits.
Just to go back to the time frame question for a second, if I'm making a trade I'm using the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the daily together. Other than that, if I just want to get a sense for what the stock has done, daily, weekly, monthly. Those are the 3 time frames that I use. If I just want to see what the hell is going on, right? Daily, weekly, monthly. If I'm in that trade though, that's a loud knuckle crack there.
Sorry.
Daily, week. If I'm making a trade though, 1 minute, 5 minute, and then daily for some daily support or resistance. But
all right, I'll add some education on that. I've been learning a little bit more and more about technicals with my CMT testing. And one of the things is when you're looking at time frame, you really need to understand that, hey, if I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, I need to look for 5-minute patterns.
Right.
And so this is the important thing. It doesn't really matter what time frame you're trading in, but what matters is what patterns you're looking for in that time frame. Just like, there's daily swing traders that are just looking at daily charts, but they're going off of more daily patterns. And this is what matters. I think some traders get lost in moving through the time frames and looking for the same pattern in that time frame.
I'm sorry. Hold on. You're going for your testing?
Yes.
That's awesome, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got it tested in December.
Don't you need like a broker to, what is it called? Park your license or some shit? I don't know the terminology.
No, well, I mean, I could go for a CFA. I do have a finance degree. I could go for that, but I'm going for more CMT. You don't need a license for this. This is chartered market technician. Just pretty much gives you a good status in technicals.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it says that you probably know what you're talking about.
Status. It's a status thing. I mean, at the end of the day,
Mitch trying to be an elitist.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't just say your name and not have anything after that comma. So I'm trying to put something after that comma.
I agree. I mean, mine is Zunaid YOLO. So I hope you get to my level one day.
That's
your
what
Twitter
it
handle's
be.
not good enough.
I hope
put the YOLO degree.
Start
the YOLO degree.
YOLO degree, man.
The AMC traders will come. I'll tell you that.
All right, 10:22 here. Mitch, Ryan, Zunaid will hang out. We'll hang out until about 10:30, and after that, I'll hang out with y'all until 11. We'll bring on the Squawk. We'll turn on Benzinga Charlie, and we'll just hang out.
All right, guys. You guys do us a favor. It looks like we're getting towards our goal of 250 likes. That's what I wanted to see. But guess what? We got some more traders that joined us. Now we're up there towards 623 live viewers. We need to get to 300 now. It's all about 50% getting us that thumbs up. So you guys give us that thumbs up. If you think this is a thumbs down, by all means, give it a thumbs down. But give your opinion, and that's what matters.
Chill.
Someone just asked about
I don't mind as long as you give an opinion. Now that would get me mad if you're just listening to me here talk about like or unlike, and you don't do anything. That's what's going to hurt us.
Someone just asked about the difference between trading futures and options. Well, they're different securities entirely. They're different markets, right?
Oof, yeah, that's a huge difference.
That's the biggest difference, right? Is they're different. It's like stocks versus options. They're different markets. They're related, but they're also different. Futures, options, completely different markets, different trading hours, different everything, right? That's pretty much the short answer to that question. Is they're just different in every way. But what am I watching here? I'm keeping an eye on BBIG, still moving. Surprise, surprise. What else?
The big difference in Ed's question, what's the difference between trading those? You're talking about different vehicles, right? So you're actually trading different vehicles. They do different things. One of the things is for options, you define your risk ahead of time, as long as you're just buying calls and not selling options. As far as the futures go, you got to be very careful because you can actually lose more than you put up to risk. So just understand the risks associated with futures and options trading.
They're different in every way. Different in every way, basically, is the answer to that question. They're completely different.
Hertz Scrambler asking me if the opinion changed on SAVA. To be honest, Hertz, yes. New information for me will often lead to opinion changes. I was the other day when the law firm asked SAVA to halt or asked the FDA to halt the trial. My thought was, well, you should play this for a bounce because they just asked the FDA. Nobody actually halted anything. And so I was still kind of hanging in there. I'll be honest, after reading the Cantor blurb over the weekend, I think that I'm going to be on the sidelines for this. Let me give you that quote. This smells bad to me. Cantor suspended its rating and price target and said, quote, "We cannot effectively diligence with publicly disclosed documents. Given this new information and in the absence of additional information that we can effectively diligence, we will remain on the sidelines." I got a lot of respect for the guys at Cantor Fitzgerald. If they're saying that they're going to have to be on the sidelines because they can't trust the information that's public right now, that smells bad to me. I have no problem sitting this out and wait until we get some more clarity on the issue. I'm not going to short it here, but I'm not trying to buy this for bounces, and I want some more clarity on some of this data and this testing. It's a really good question, though.
Yeah, that is a big deal. So we had the question or the curveball thrown out there, right? Can we trust this data? And now you're getting an analyst firm whose job it is to know these things.
They know more than me, exactly.
Right. And they're saying,
exactly right, Spencer.
They're saying we don't know either. So hands off for us.
And remember, they're saying that they're sitting on the sidelines. Did they say that they'll never touch this again? No, they didn't. But they, like me, I want some more clarity. I'm not a doctor. I don't do Alzheimer's studying. I don't know necessarily how to interpret this. And at this point, I just got to kind of back it off a little bit.
Great question.
All right. So as you guys know, I've been trying to work on adding to positions. So I did do one ad on MaxN, and I'm setting up for another ad. What I'm doing is I'm setting a stop limit buy order at the resistance. So at the breakout point, I want to set a stop limit buy to get me a little bit more shares. And I'll probably sell these shares immediately into the momentum. But what this gives me is an ability to go ahead, and if that's the breakout point, I want to go ahead and get a little bit more and sell into the momentum. All right, traders, getting towards that 10:30 time, 10:27. Let's go ahead and start giving our final wrap up. What do we like today? What are we seeing out there? What did you trade? What's going on, guys? What are you looking at?
All right. Well, a couple of things I'm looking at here. I think that today's sell-off in some of these video game names was a buy opportunity for Roblox. All right. So I think if you like the long term here on RBLX, today was a decent entry point into that. We'll see if this ends up going lower. We're kind of testing the boundary of this triangle. I still short ATVI. Still want to see how small caps perform. And it does look like the market is trying to take the next leg higher. So let's see if we hang on to these gains and let's try and have a good week, right?
Zunaid?
We had a good little trade in Apple. Main trade for me going out is going to be BT again, guiding around 12.45. I'm going to add some more around the $12 area. Stop loss will be 11.90. Besides that, I'm personally not. I was traveling over the weekend, so my head's not right. So I'm taking very smaller amount of trades just because I know my headspace is not correct. But hopefully I'll get back into swing of things.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not in the zone, it's not the time to go ahead and load up the boat. When you're feeling that you're in the zone, that's the time. Zunaid is not feeling the zone.
It's also kind of a rough time, right? I mean, we're coming out of the end of summer, or the doldrums of summer. Not everyone's back yet. There's a lot of back and forth. So, I mean, that happens in times like this. We're almost at the end of it, though. This too shall pass.
I mean, yeah, like this is one of the lowest volume times of the year.
Yeah.
Right? The end of August.
Yep.
Typically, you see a bounce after Labor Day. A reminder, though, is next week is not just Labor Day. There's also Jewish holiday next week. And typically, and I'm not joking, you do see lower volume on the two big Jewish holidays every fall. The first one of those is next week. So,
do we know the dates on those, Spencer? So next week, the 6th.
Don't throw me under the bus here. Yeah,
no, I'm not throwing you under the bus.
It's it's September. So it starts the night of the 6th, but it really goes the 7th and the 8th.
Okay, so first of all, the market is closed on September 6th.
Right.
Okay, so don't be that person that shows up to trade Monday morning on the 6th. The market is closed. Nobody's going to let you trade.
U.S. market is closed.
U.S. market,
not
excuse me.
not other markets.
And we are global here, so pardon me, that was my bad. The U.S. market is closed on the 6th. Benzinga, by the way, is also closed. Our office is closed when the market is closed. Now, Spencer, what you were saying is that the 7th and the 8th, the 2 days that the market opens up after that 3-day weekend, are going to be a little bit slower.
Maybe the 7th more so than the 8th.
Okay,
but yeah.
So the way that I would look at that then is that week it's already shortened, and now it might be short or it might just be a little bit lower volume. Use that week to ease back into things.
Yes.
Don't forget, I know this doesn't really apply to the market, but football starts on the 9th. Okay, that's that Thursday evening, and so there's gonna be a lot of happy people out there. So that might not affect the market. Spencer's laughing at me, but
I think Ryan's projecting a little bit.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
you could see a gambling run.
I can't wait for football.
Yeah.
Hey, we need.
You know what? No, you know what can happen, right, Ryan? So Thursday night, after that, they're going to go ahead and count up how much betting was done just on Thursday night.
Yep.
That news can get released on Friday.
Great
Bada bing, bada boom.
Great call, Mitch. Great call. Mitch. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
All right, guys. The firm's starting to look strong here. If I would take a trade here, it'd be a point of risk. So you have to take it off that 96. But I do like this trade now, starting to set up there. It did what I call the VWAP fade. 3 attempts to fade down through the support, came back down here, then came back up. Now has reclaimed VWAP because it went above, below it, and now slightly above, giving you that bullish engulfing candle here on the 1 minute. That's why I would take the trade, because of that bullish engulfing candle right here. And so with that being said, you just have to risk off the support of that. You could draw it down towards 95.80s or just hold it off this low, which is 95.96. You want it to be to the whole dollar, you could do 96. But I do like that look now that you set up right above VWAP with a bullish engulfing candle.
All right, Mitch, we'll see you on SPAX Tac in a half hour. Ryan?
Come on over, guys. We're going to talk about all the September merger votes. If you guys haven't paid attention, there is a pattern in SPACs where a lot of times when we're getting these high redemptions, that's how you saw those massive SPAC movers last week.
All right, Ryan, Zunaid, we'll catch you guys on Thursday. No live trading on Wednesday, and I will tell you all why in just a second. Ryan,
See you on
Zunaid.
Thursday, Spence.
See you Thursday. All right. Why is there no show on Wednesday? You're asking. Great question. I'll tell you. It's because we have our Benzinga Crypto Festival. It's a 2-day affair, tomorrow and Thursday. Let's bring it up on the screen. Okay. Let's learn more. BenzingaEvents.com. Okay. It's going to be all day tomorrow, all day Wednesday, 9 to 5. So basically right when pre-market prep ends tomorrow and Wednesday. Going all day. We got some big name speakers, all right? We've got names like Anthony Pompliano, you know him. Tim Draper, you know him. Ben Armstrong, a.k.a. BitBoy, you know him. Full day, 2 full days of crypto content, education, strategy, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, altcoins to watch, DeFi platforms to watch, the whole thing, guys. BenzingaEvents.com to learn more. It'll be streaming right here on our YouTube channel all day, tomorrow and Wednesday. This is the first one of these we've done, I think. This is our first crypto festival. So, very exciting stuff. I'll be there moderating part of the day as well. So that's why bit of an unusual schedule tomorrow and Wednesday because of the Benzinga Crypto Festival. Somebody was just mentioning, I forget who it was. Was it, let me give credit to where credit is due. Who brought up the Qs just now? Was it Elon Musk? Duncan Dave? Several people brought up the Qs. Guys, it's Rip City, okay? We got the Qs, we got the SPY, we got the Russell up here on the screen. And Qs are just ripping higher today. Like I said, it's going to be one of those days where if as long as the FANG stock stay green, then every other stock could be in the red, and it won't matter. The market will still close higher. So take a look here. Let's zoom way in here. Let's zoom way in. Let's go to a 1-minute chart today. There you go. We are just reverting back to the same pattern that we've seen pretty much all year, right? With the exception of this couple months there where value was in favor. But Q's outperforming, Russell lagging, SPY somewhere in the middle, right? It's just the same trend. Same trend. So what's leading us today? I mean, it's technology, right? XLK is your best performing sector today, up about 1%. I mean, I don't know what more there is to say about it. Your biggest loser is financials, is banks today, down about 1%. Here, let's bring those up. LF. It's okay, it's based at the Q, so whatever. But gosh, it's just what crypto is the whoa, let's block this person. What crypto is the best to invest in? Someone's asking in the chat. That's what the festival is for, Ramon. I don't know that. That's why I'll be watching. That's the whole point, right? What is my favorite crypto? My favorite crypto is Ethereum. I only own 2. I only own Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I'm in the market for more. Everyone has different suggestions for me, and I don't know. There's just so many. It's almost like analysis paralysis, right? It's just so hard to choose. That's why I just stick with the big 2. Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Solana. A lot of people. That Solana is probably at the top of my list right now of ones that I don't own, but am interested in. It's probably my number 1. Okay, so it is 10:37. I haven't done this for a few weeks, but let's turn on Benzinga Charlie. If you've got the squawk on your own, fair warning, I'm going to turn this on right now. So you will hear him twice if you have him turned on your own Benzinga Pro. If you don't know what this is the Benzinga Pro squawk feature. We have a person whose job it is to read headlines out loud. That is his job. Why? Because you can't be staring at your Benzinga Pro newsfeed all day. You have charts, you have your brokerage account, you have other things to be looking at. You can't be staring at the screen. His job is to read them out loud. So you don't have to read. You can just hear. And he calls out movement as he sees it. So the squawk is turned on. And the next time Charlie squawks, we will hear it. I mentioned CMI today on pre-market prep as a potential hurricane trade. It was trading higher. Wow. Okay. So dipped off the open, but trading up in the past few minutes here. Never want to keep lows in HD too far from my thoughts today, as they will be in focus probably all week as a result of Ida. I'm thinking it looked bad. Thank God it wasn't as bad as some people were saying. It looked pretty horrific. I hope if you are down in that part of the country, I hope you're okay. I hope people get power back ASAP. It did look, some parts of it looked pretty scary. So please, stay safe if you're down there, because it didn't look good. Okay, back to my scanner. What else are we seeing out here? SDC still going. Really? Is SDC still going today? It is. Look at this, 6. So where's that gap that Ryan called out? Where's that gap? Was it 650? What's the low? 663. Next target. So if you're shorting, small direct club here, you stop yourself out at 663. If you're buying
NXTP, Next Play Technologies, naming a new chief operating officer and chief information officer. That's November X-ray Tango Papa.
Okay. Hopping off that? Well, a little bit. So anyway, back to SEC. If you're going long, you're buying it here. You maybe wait to see if it can clear above. Like, give yourself some room. So don't go at 663 entirely. Maybe go 670, or you buy it now. And if it can't get to 663, then you sell. That's a terrible setup. Don't do that. See, it's all about setups. It's not about where will the stock go. It's what do you do if a stock does or does not go to this direction, to this price, right? It's all just if then. Who's that mysterious voice? That was Charles, man. That was our squawk. Guys, smash the like for Charlie. He's been at Benzinga. He is Benzinga. Charlie is Benzinga. He's what most people, I feel like, associate with Benzinga, most traders, because they hear Charlie all day, every day. The guy's a beast.
U.S. says there's still an active threat at Kabul airport.
Smash the like for Charlie. The squawk is on. Who is the most talented trader on pre-market prep? Well, Dennis is the only one of the three of us that, trades really for his entire living, right? He's the one that's trading the most, and he's most active. So I would say because he's most active, right? Probably Dennis. I mean, he's still a prop trader. Joel's semi-retired at this point. So because he's most active, I would probably say Dennis because he's doing it, every day.
Smile Direct hitting $6.18 in the high at the high. Sandy Delta Charlie. Well, seeing the January 2023 $5 calls now in Smile Direct trading.
I would love to, pal. I would love to make a show with Triple D. The problem is, A, he trades actively every day for a living, and B, he's got two young kids who haven't been in school, and one of them is too young for school, I think. So he's building a house on top of all this. He's building a house, so he does not have time. He barely has time to trade, I think, between the kids and the house. He has no time. But I wish he did.
ASU, Kansas City Southern, says closes main line due to Hurricane Ida.
Okay.
Shuts New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Gulfport, Hattiesburg. It says no estimate when lines to be reopened. That's Kilo Sandy Uniform.
All right, I'm going to run through, since he just mentioned KSU, I'm going to run through any stock that could potentially move today off Hurricane Ida, okay? So I talked about Lowe's, Home Depot, Generac, right? We all know those. The insurers, right? Allstate, ALL, right? Trading lower. AIG, we don't even know the damage yet. They're trading down. AIG, Berkshire, more diversified, so not really super, maybe tied to this. Chubb, CB, right? CNA Financial, trading down. Everest, which is RE, trading lower. NGHC is one. What? NGH. All right, not showing up here for some reason. I don't know why. National General. Are they? Oh, it's. What do they go off the board or something? All right, that's weird. What else is on my list? Progressive, PGR, right? Travelers, PRV, both well-known insurance plays. And you've got the energy, right? The power, utilities, Generac, CMI. I mentioned that. Southern Utilities, right? SO, largest utility provider in Mississippi, I think. Entergy, ETR, right? I think that's the largest utility in Louisiana. AEP, another big one, right? That's trending up today. That's interesting. Caterpillar, right? Industrial. I think damage, right? Construction, cleanup. I think Caterpillar. Surprised to see that down, actually. That's basically it. And the MET. Okay. Yeah. This is also a low float, right?
RKDA, Arcadia Biosciences.
No float.
September, $2.50 call sweep now. Romeo Kilo Delta Alpha.
Why won't? All right. That's weird. And generators too. Thank you. Hex 214 Pony. Appreciate that.
Shares of Arcadia spiking here to the highs, $2.53. Shares up now about 13.5% now on that with that call activity. Romeo Kilo Delta Alpha, 266 now.
All right. I'm also watching Zoom. They report tonight, guys. We talk about how oftentimes when a company reports is not as important, if not more so, almost as what they say. The bar for Zoom is so low.
$2.67 now the high on Arcadia.
The bar for Zoom is so low, right? Every other
Romeo Kilo Delta Alpha.
Okay, Charlie, you done? Thank you. Every other COVID play, stay-at-home stock, whatever, they've all basically already reported, and they've been pretty bad, right? Peloton's lowering their prices. Basically, every streaming company warned that our growth is not going to be the same as it was last year. The bar for Zoom is so low tonight. So consider that, right? The numbers may be bad, but consider how low the bar is heading into the report. That's the first thing. Second thing is remember that they're in the middle of a deal right now. They're buying 5.9. Remember FIVN? And it's an all-stock deal, if memory serves. So Zoom comes out. Maybe don't look at Zoom. Maybe look at FIVN because they will trade together because Zoom is buying them. Here, just for fun, let's look up the ratio. Let's go to. We can do this real fast. Go to the news feed, search FIVN. Where was the
CLOV Clover Health, the September $8.50 call sweep. Charlie Lima Oscar Victor.
There it is. So it's an all-stock deal. So there we go. So 0.5533, right, is your ratio. So basically, if you own 5.9, you're going to get a little more than half a share of Zoom. 0.5533 shares of Zoom for every share of 5.9 that you own. So to get the price of 5.9, you just multiply the price of Zoom by that ratio, by the number 0.5533, right? So again, if you're watching Zoom tonight, watch 5.9 as well. It's going to trade with it. Whatever Zoom does, Zoom goes up, 5.9 is going up. Zoom goes down, 5.9 is going down. Don't forget about that. Yeah, DocuSign was sort of the exception, Matt. Good call. Obviously, not every single stay-at-home stock had a terrible, had a better report. Some were better than others. But I wanted to call your attention to Zoom. One, because the bar is so low, and two, for the 5.9 deal. Do not forget about that. Also, I'm eyeing, is it LPST? Right? Is that the ticker? Or LSPD? It's LSPD, right? Like e-commerce. This is a point of sale software. So like restaurants, right? When you check out at restaurants and that sort of thing. I saw that Toast filed to go public last week. So Toast will IPO. That's That's a well-known name in this industry. So I'll be watching LSPD in sympathy with Toast whenever that IPO happens. But you think Toast IPO, it creates buzz for the industry. Oh, what other restaurant point of sale systems are there? Oh, there's already this one, LSPD. I know it's been on a huge run. But if you're interested in Toast, there's already a name out in this space, LSPD. Check it out. No position. Oh, here's a headline. Speaking of sports betting from Mitch earlier, NFL announces that Fox Bet, BetMGM, PointsBet, and WinBet are the approved sportsbook operators for the season. So eligible for in-game commercials, official league data, and that. So MGM, PENN, and Win may be moving off that. Yet the GSAT thing, Tokes and Trades, was speculation.
ZNGA, Zynga, the October 8 $10 call sweep, Zulu November Golf Alpha, ZNGA.
The GSAT thing was a note from an analyst speculating that Apple would use Globalstar satellites in their iPhone 13. That's all it was. There's nothing concrete here yet. There's no there yet. It was just analyst speculation. Is that really worth? What did we close at? So 141. How high did we get? Yeah, is that worth $1? Is that worth 50%? Not to me. The market doesn't think so either. Something to watch. You know what? Here, let's just zoom out. Massive gap now. Nothing to really see on the chart. Just huge gap, right? What's that high? 203 from June 23rd. If we can stay above that, that's a good sign. But really, you're going to have to look at pre-market high, opening price. As what's your Friday night high? Friday night high was 201. Back to the scanner. See, this is why
WISH Context Logic, September 10 $8 call sweep, 1,500 contracts. That's Whiskey India Sandy Hotel.
See, this is why Charlie is great and the squawk is great, because Charlie squawked that Zynga headline like 30 seconds ago. And it made the newsfeed, right? He beat it's faster
Seeing
to
some
talk.
Heavier activity now in Context Logic, the September 10 $8 call sweep.
See, look,
repeat.
Look, it just happened.
Activity now.
See, the squawk beat the newsfeed by like 10 seconds.
That's Whiskey India Sandy Hotel.
That's the advantage of squawk right there. Again, you get this with Benzinga Pro. Pro.benzinga.com. Free 2-week trial. If you have questions, comments, concerns, email us. I'll put the email up on the screen. Where's that email?
Shares of Context Logic spiking here now, $7.30 at the high.
Where's my stupid email thing? Whatever. Okay. Onboarding at Benzinga.com. Questions about Benzinga Pro. We have a whole team dedicated to answering your questions about Benzinga Pro. What can it do? What can't it do? What if I want to do this? What if I want to do that? Email them. For real. It is their job to answer.
MLCO, Michael Lima Charlie Oscar. Heavy activity in the October $14 call of 3,000 contracts. Michael Lima Charlie Oscar.
Okay, so on SDC here, what I would do is definitely sell into this, right? I would much rather sell than buy here, right? You sell, you short, you stop out right there, 663. That's 60 cents away from here. You want to sell the rip, not buy the rip. I know it's a short squeeze candidate, low float and all that, but I mean, look at this thing. Come on. It's a dog. Total dog.
Marijuana Moment reporting Mississippi Agriculture Commissioner wants no part in medical marijuana regulation due to federal law.
Okay. It's good to know, I guess. Again, watching my scanner tool, seeing what's moving here. Support? Is support at support? Let's find out. Oh, wow. Okay. See, now it's giving you like some level, or giving me, like some level to lean on here. Like if I were to buy support, I would buy it and I would stop myself out at the low of the day, which is 34 and a quarter. Right? That's $3 away though. Oh, that's so much to risk. $3. I couldn't stomach that. It's too much. But you want to see take a breath, right? Because the faster it goes up, the faster it's going down. And if you can find the top, you're better than me.
Bloomberg says Pentagon has no comment on continuing Kabul flights on August 31st.
Keeping an eye on Hood as well. Is that still trading down? Oh, it's bounced. Oh, 10 a.m. bounce. Yep. What else is everyone watching? Palantir? Josh? Sure, I haven't looked at Palantir since Friday. Why the hell not? All right, so what was the thing last week, right? They bought a bunch of they had the data, not quite data breach, but they exposed some customer information to people that they shouldn't have in the government, right? There's that, and then they also bought like a bunch of crypto. Palantir, okay. Daily chart here. Nothing too crazy, right? No indicators on the screen. Just someone told me very early on. I want to say it was Harlan Pyan, who used to come on pre-market prep back in the day. He used to say, whatever jumps out to you after 5 seconds is what you should know, right? Don't overcomplicate things. If you can't tell in 5 seconds, then move on. So Palantir in 5 seconds, I see this high. Two highs, actually. What's that? 27.44, 27.50. Okay, so that's a buck away. So we're not quite there yet. But I want to see a break above that. Actually, three highs, because it's the same thing from March 15th. So that's your next big line of the sand. 27.50. So again, if then, right? If we break that, then I'm bullish. If we break it. But you got to give yourself
APLP, Select Biotechnology, getting a pop here. $4.77 the high. That's Alpha Papa Oscar Papa.
But you got to give yourself some room. So I wouldn't go exactly. I would go like 27, like 55, 27.60. Just give yourself like a few cents above it. But yeah, I mean, you broke above this range here. That's a great sign. You broke above that range. Great sign. This does not look that bad. This does not look that bad. There are many stocks that look worse than this right now. Yeah, I don't hate that.
CVS Health opens first minute clinic locations in Washington. Charlie Victor Sandy.
Or you just buy it here, right, for a trade, and stop yourself out at what are we at? We're at 26.39. You stop yourself out at what's today's
HOG Harley Davidson.
Today's
says,
open.
Pan America 1250 Special becomes #1 selling adventure touring motorcycle in North America. Hotel Oscar Golf.
I lost track of time. All right, turn the squawk off. Buy it. Stop yourself out at today's open. Maybe is another idea. All right, it's 11 o'clock. I lost track of time. That was fun, guys. Do me a solid. Just if you're still watching by now and you haven't hit the like button, then why? Please remember, all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Thanks to Ryan, Mitch, Zunaid. Thanks to all of you for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. God bless you, baby. That's a wrap for me. Spax Tack is live right now. Mitch and Chris Catchy going live, talking Spax. See you guys later.